Welcome back to Film Smart. In this episode, we are going to discuss our views on The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which we just saw last night. We're going to give our good, bad, and ugly feelings. First, Josh is going to give his good on what he thinks of the film. What do you think is good?
Okay, so I like where Caesar was in this movie. I think, you know how he was like the king of the apes and everything, and there's always they're apes, they're primal in nature and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Even when they got intelligent, they still lived in all those like huts or whatever. And then I liked the relationship between him and Koba, the villain of the movie, kind of. But he was more of a Professor X and Magneto. They both want the same thing, but they had to kind of do it in different ways. Yeah. Oh man, but and then there was what was his name? That human character who kept getting them into trouble. That idiot.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember his name. And this is going to, by the way, gonna have spoilers in it.
Yeah.
So he died.
Thank God he died.
Yeah, Carver.
I hate him.
Carver is his name.
Yeah, Carver. He kept doing.
Yeah, he kept provoking the monkey. I mean, when he
was about to hit a baby monkey.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to kill you. A baby ape. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to kill you. It was a baby.
Yeah.
So basically, it was kind of cool to see how it could kind of be like racist in a way. Don't they disgust you when you look at them? He said that to that one girl, and I was like, she was like, "Excuse you."
You saw signs of racism. You saw that, you know, Carver was kind of like that, and then you had Koba on the ape side.
He was, but then he had reason too, because, you know, he was in the first, he was tested on, and he had his eye scratched out.
They both had kind of reasons for hating each other. Carver, you know, just he blames them for the death of all these humans. Koba blames him for all of his scars and just
all the death of his
him.
Family members and all
that. But you notice, like, some of the people who went through a lot, like, what's her name?
The lady with the daughter.
Yeah. She actually was pretty calm. I mean, so...
Gary Oldman's character, I mean, he had some repressed feeling, but he was, I think...
In the trailers, it seemed like he was going to be the villain.
Yeah.
And I guess in the end, he kind of was a little bit, but he wasn't... I don't know.
He was alive at the... Oh, no. He blew up the thing. I kind of forgot how he ended.
Yeah, he was...
Him blowing up the bridge was kind of...
His character was... I don't know. He was weird. You know? And I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like he was good, I guess, but I didn't really care about him. He kind of felt like a side character. I mean, he was a side character, but he kind of felt unnecessary.
But I'll tell you, the best performances in this movie were from Andy Serkis as Caesar, as always. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would be surprised, but if he got an Oscar nomination for this. And people are saying if he did get an Oscar nomination, he would get a leading, because he was the lead role. I mean, he's the lead role. I mean, he's the lead of this. And who played Koba? I can't remember his name. Toby Kebbell.
Oh, he's Dr. Doom.
Oh, that's
in
Dr.
Fantastic
Doom.
Four.
Yeah, he was really good as Toby Kebbell. Really good as Koba.
Man, he was really good. I'm glad that they're doing motion capture for that movie's gonna be great.
Motion capture needs to
performance-wise
needs to get some.
That doesn't mean story.
Needs to get some recognition, I think, because Andy Serkis has been doing this for so long. When it was, you know, when he did Gollum, King Kong, he likes doing apes. But yeah, so I mean, he needs to get some recognition.
And I like how, oh man, those apes, I kind of want to be with the apes. They were so cool.
Like the orangutan.
Yeah,
Maurice.
when it was actually like interacting with that kid, it was kind of, he had him read to him and everything. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, I like.
And I like their, was it just sign language or was there ape language or whatever? Because they were like,
it was like sign language.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if that was like actual sign language, but I thought that was really cool too. How they had this big communication system, and that one time where you saw all the little kids and Maurice was teaching them all the he wrote the A on the block or whatever. I was like, that was cool.
Yeah, apes don't kill. Like, it was very advanced.
Not kill ape.
I kind of liked. I don't know if you, but in some parts when they would have meetings, I almost got like a Godfather feeling from it, where they were talking about, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to deal with the humans. I just got a Godfather feeling from it. It was weird, but it was cool. I liked that. So yeah, so the good, you know, great acting, great story,
great CGI.
I think the only bad part is I didn't know exactly what they were wanting to do with Gary Oldman's character.
That's what I was. Yeah, I said he was unnecessary.
It was just a little weird with how they dealt with him.
Gary Oldman has been choosing some weird roles.
Mm-hmm. He himself was good in the movie, but
even in RoboCop, his character, I found him annoying.
Oh, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah,
I forgot that movie.
His credibility went down a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, and we all know he made some comments recently, but we're not going to discuss.
He fake apologized. That was funny though.
But Kerry Russell was good in it. Oh, and we can't go around the action. I mean, the action in this movie was wonderful. The war they had. I mean, monkeys on apes, monkeys on apes, apes on horses with machine guns in slow motion. In slow motion.
I was saying that was the fact that it wasn't like Michael Bay. It was cool slow motion.
Yeah,
it wasn't unnecessary.
It wasn't like
I know. Transformers 4, full of it.
But this slow motion worked, and when you would see them running down and the explosions behind the horses, oh my gosh, that is some beautiful cinematography.
Man, what a great movie! That was such a good movie.
I mean, the war was. I mean, it was just great, and you kind of the humans had their group, the apes had their group. It was like another Godfather thing. The two families, I don't know, it's kind of against each other.
I like how it didn't seem so like typical like virus movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how they had that opening thing, and I was like, oh, this is one of those movies.
Yeah, at the beginning, you got the Contagion.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, another one of these?
Yeah.
So, and then they didn't actually go into it. They just kind of went, okay, well, it's becoming the Planet of the Apes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I really liked that. It didn't feel recycled, number one.
It had a nice setup for the next movie.
That's one thing I did like, too. It wasn't recycled. It didn't feel like the first one over again.
Oh, no. This was a completely different movie. You could tell that it was part of the same universe, but it was a completely different movie.
Just in case you're watching, I did miss you, James Franco. I really liked your character in the first one.
Yeah, I did too. He was one of my favorite parts.
And then, that was a good part when Caesar got that video, and he was looking at it.
Oh yeah,
when he was little.
That was really nice. Yeah, there's some really nice scenes. I'm glad that they went back and
I think there's a lot of potential with Caesar's son too, Blue Eyes,
the older one.
Yeah.
I
thought he was really cool. I wish he would have killed Koba though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna avenge my father.
That'd
have been awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was really all the motion capture performances were just top of the line, very realistic, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say that, but it was very, very good.
Yeah, they didn't get cheap on the CGI or anything either. It looked very real. Oh, so good.
It's like they got real apes and then just trained them very hard for many years.
That was so good.
It was,
There's not much bad to say about the movie.
And that Gary Oldman thing was more of a nitpick than a real bad thing. But and the other thing, I feel when Koba shot Caesar, I thought they knew that Koba shot him.
Yeah, I thought everybody knew that, and they were all like a part of that.
But then I realized that they didn't realize. They thought somebody else, a human, did it.
And I thought his son knew.
Yeah,
wasn't his son standing right there?
Yeah, I don't know. They could have done a better.
Because I know Caesar looked right at him when he shot him, and then he randomly falls. And then where would the human?
Yes, I guess Caesar's the only person who knows who shot him. I mean, at that point, so they could have explained that a little bit better. Because at that point I thought that everybody knew, everybody saw him, but once again, it's not a huge deal. But yeah, it was good. I liked the backstory. I think Koba's one of the best cinematic villains of all time, or at least in a long time.
Very compelling.
Which is crazy saying about an ape, but
those apes they're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean he was so good, and his battle with Caesar at the end, the whole scene.
Yeah, when he falls to his death,
that was powerful. I mean, that was the other thing that felt different than the Rise. You kept feeling the growing tension
between
that leads to Planet of the Apes, just the whole thing, Apes thing, but how it just keeps growing because Rise of the Apes, it felt a little bit more grounded, and then Dawn. I mean, this is. I mean, you're actually having fights within the ape community now. It's growing and growing, and who knows what's going to happen next. I know they set up a war because the military's coming down, so I wonder if they're going to graze over that in the beginning and just go to now it's planted, or if they're going to go over that and then I don't know.
Yeah, I really wonder.
But I don't know how many movies they're planning to do. I'm sure that they're definitely going to do another one. I mean, this movie's going to make a buttload.
Already has $70 million.
It's only been out for not even a day. Well, a day, but yeah, it's gonna do fine, and they're gonna definitely do at least the third one. I wouldn't be surprised if they did some more if the third one's well received and made a lot of money, because this one is better than the first one. The Rise, people like this better, has a better rating, probably gonna make more money. So if they just keep getting better every time, that's what you really want when you make a movie, is to be better. So hopefully that'll happen. But what would you score this movie?
I'd give it like a 9. Yeah, 9 out of 10, I guess.
I'd give it, I'll say a 8.8. I'll say that. I know it's a little funny, but yeah, I'll give it 8.8. The flaws in this movie are very minor. I think it's better than the first one, because I liked the first one. I didn't like it as much as other people did. I know a lot of people really love that movie, and I was like, it's good, but I didn't like it like that. This movie is another story.
Great.
This is something I can get into loving. So I like this movie a lot. So you know what to do: like, subscribe, follow the blog, I guess.
Share this video with all your friends, family.
Follow the Twitter. Twitter, I don't know what to call it.
At Film Smart YT.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the movie and you watch this spoiler review, go watch it again. We're going to see it again, I'm sure.
I'm seeing this movie.
Yeah. So, subscribe. And as always, stay film smart.